Hey everybody, welcome to the No Fluff, Raw Gimmick, No Gimmick podcast for entrepreneurs, specifically real estate investors. We are the Golden Ticket Podcast. Check us out at thegoldenticketpodcast.com. I'm your host, Jesse Davis. Yeah. So we were just talking about the holiday. And I think a lot of new entrepreneurs, if you're doing outbound acquisitions or anything, or even doing any kind of calls, a lot of people have asked, "Hey, do I call on this day? Do I not call on this day?" And but you were working. Yeah, you were working yesterday. I think I was on the fence about it. My mom was here, so I was like, that's an excuse not to. But I actually called someone today, and it was someone that I had talked to before. I was like, she's like, "Yeah, I've been meaning to call you," and I said, "Yeah, I didn't call you yesterday. It's labor." Because, oh, thank you for that. So maybe some people
Jeff
don't care.
Bezos did the same thing. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna hang out with him today. I better not work."
Maybe. I don't think so.
I listen.
It's
Truth
all
be told,
preference.
it's not like I'm working a full day. It's just that I know, like for example, on a holiday, if I work 2 hours, which is a lot, I would say that 2 hours I get the equivalent of a 4 hour day. Not to say that I don't work longer than 4 hours. What I would normally get done in 4 hours, I get done in 2 hours. I get a hold of a lot more people. I have more quality
If people are home, and they're probably in a good mood
calling
too.
them at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon when they're completely racked out of barbecue.
Yeah.
Getting
Yeah.
them
So you
before
may
they come
call.
back.
So you may call us. Yeah, I was thinking about that today, actually, about my schedule and other people's schedules and how you call. You know, from 9 to 3, and then I'm more of the later afternoon working until 6 or 7, that works
Yeah,
for
I'm
me.
done.
I'm in a better.
I'm like,
I'm a
shut.
better person. What's that?
I'm done by 6:37. I mean, other than our.
Oh, you work that late too?
No, it's not even so much the workout. I'm just done like energy wise. It would be hard for me to get pumped up to start working on new leads.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yep.
I
Yeah.
mean, if someone said, "Hey, listen, I got to talk," we could talk about this deal after 5:30. That's different.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of what I was texting you because we usually start at 6:30, and I was like 5:45, and I'm like, dude, I could have started calling new leads, and I'm just like, let's just do the podcast because I'm kind of feeling done for the day. So
Yeah,
um,
I feel you.
but yeah, man. So we're gonna be talking about today, going back to your W-2 job. That's kind of what I'm doing. That's
Well,
what
set it up. Set it up. Set it up so that
set it up. What do you mean?
like going back. Like, why are you going back?
Oh,
Or
going back. Okay, and I'll talk about a lot of people, and you actually were talking with an investor firm. We talked last time about that guy who was trying to partner with you. He was going back to work because I don't know. It's a hard business, and the market, it is what it is.
yeah,
But yeah, so I mean, basically, I don't know. I could have done more, I guess, during this time. I did some stuff. I got some stuff going. Pretty much revamped my whole business. I've been off for see December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So like 9 months. I could have. We talked about last time. I could have had a baby. But yeah, there's been ups and downs, but it's mainly because I had a savings. I had some money saved up from last year making some land deals, and I was just like, I'm just gonna live on that. I live cheap and get this business going, this new model. And but yeah, the savings is getting a little bit low, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go back, man. But another thing too, going back to work, I think a lot of people, and I battled with this too before in the summer when I was thinking about going back to work, it gave me a little bit of anxiety. More like you feel like a failure. You
I was
feel
gonna
like
ask you,
I
did
didn't
you
get to
get in
my
your
point.
head like, "Oh, I'm a
Big
failure"?
time. Big time. Your mindset just gets, you're like, okay, I didn't do what I said. Because when you set goals and you set things in your head, what you're supposed to do, and you don't live up to that person that you've already made in your head, you know, then you feel let down. You feel like you let yourself down, but you can't. But that's just entrepreneurship. That's just business. Like, just it's like when a deal falls through. You're already counting your eggs before they've had, or whatever you call it.
Count
You're
your
counting your
chickens
money
before they hatch.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're counting your money already when it's not even happened, and then you get all been out of shape because a deal didn't go through. It's the same thing with this. Like, but then I don't know. It came to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm not. I'm gonna keep going. Like, I'm not done. I'm still gonna push myself. I'm gonna make call.
You're
I'm gonna get
adjusting.
off
You're
of work.
pivoting.
I'm gonna have to pivot. I'm gonna have to make calls when I get off of work. I'm gonna be tired, but make calls 3 hours a day. I'm gonna have a day off to myself. I'll make calls on those days. But I've already
What do you
built up
think?
a.
What do you think though? If you could have done something differently, knowing what you know
Oh,
now,
definitely taking more action.
I knew you were
I'll
going to say
admit that. I admit that 100%. I was living on my laurels. I was um, not taking the action I should have because I was resting on, I'll have a savings or I'll do it tomorrow, procrastinating, doing stuff like that. Um, I don't say that I didn't do anything because I have
no, of course
created
not.
a bit. I've created a business and I've created reps. I make calls today. I know how to from where I was on this new model back in February. I'm like way ahead. I could have sat here and done more calls and done more. I was kind of lazy, but I have built something. I have a system. I have a process now, which that makes me feel really good when I go back to work. I have a process. I have connections. I have resources. Um, I have so many things. There's no way I cannot get a deal done. Like, I have someone I can call. He's working with me on a deal right now, but he's experienced, been doing this deal, been doing this. Went to Logan's coaching program, been doing real estate about as long as you and I have, or no, since I have, since like 2020. But he's been, no, it's in 2016, he said. But yeah, he's been doing these deals um, of
Do
Logan's
you feel like you do
mastermind.
better with your back up against the wall?
I don't know, man. I feel like maybe I think sometimes it has to get to the very, very bottom. Then I'm like, okay, I have to do something now. I have to do something, and then I'm rushing. But I mean, I'm learning to. And I think a lot of it, man, not taking the action was just it was fear. It was like fear of what I didn't know. Like, what if I got a seller that was like almost like what am I even saying to these sellers or these heirs to get them to trust me, to get them to even sign when I do get them to sign, or what are they going to sign? Like, I didn't know what I didn't know, but maybe I was more fearful just to take the action to get it
A
done to
little
make.
analysis paralysis.
Oh, big time. And I think, and I knew the answer to I knew the answer to it. Just do the thing that I'm fearful of, and then I'll just make the calls. If you just do the reps, you're gonna get better. You're gonna be more confident. You're gonna be happier. Like, just keep doing it. Like, just keep going. I think a few times was as I was motivated, but then like I just said earlier, when a deal would fall through, or like they didn't sign, but they did before they said, "Oh, we want to do this deal," and they're like, "Oh, I don't want." Now they're trying to do it themselves, and I'm like, you did all this work I shouldn't have done, like driving to uh to get a wheel because the wheel wasn't online. I could have emailed them and got it mailed in, worked on a different deal, but I was so babying this one deal, like this is a good deal. I want to get this deal, which I'm actually gonna go. This deal is the deal I was talking about that kind of when those three heirs were like, I sent them contracts, they want to do the deal, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, we don't know. We're gonna try to fix it. Or then I'm like, it kind of put me like the roller coaster,
Yeah.
and then so um I don't know, and then but that deal though is actually it has new light because I found more heirs and actually spoke with a woman today who's on the other side who's an attorney, and she handles all the other heirs are going to listen to her, and she's super friendly, super nice. She lives in the Houston area. I'm actually going to go meet her tomorrow, her and her husband at her house, so I get to do that belly to belly, talk to them. Um, and she seems open for me. She's an attorney, but she's retired. She seems open to maybe I I pitched partnering with her and her family. There, and this one thing I learned too, listening to a lot of individuals in this business and doing this is that if you lead with I just want to help you. Like I've been sending people that I've talked to, they didn't know there was a tax suit. I've been sending them all the information. Like here you go, here you go. Like I'm not trying to convince you to work with me, but whatever you need, I just want to help. And I think like that's been helping a lot. So, but yeah, but going back to work though, I'm not. It actually feels kind of more relieved because I'm gonna have a paycheck now. I'm gonna, I make
You think
pretty
that
good money as a
maybe
nurse.
if you had an accountability group during the process, other individuals.
Yes, I think the mastermind's been helping a lot because I got to meet him every 2 weeks, and I want to be able to say, hey, I'm working on this deal, or like I want to show that, hey, I'm doing something, um, like, and I'm paying for it. So yeah, that would have helped, I think. But it had to be like an accountability group that is a live call, like a Zoom call with someone I respect, like Logan. Um, but um, but yeah, I'm actually relieved to go back to work because I'll have expendable income now, so I can use that. So then I'm not worried about buying deeds, like oh, I'm using my savings to buy a deed for 500. Like now I'm just like, well, I have extra money every month. There's my extra money to be able to put towards that. I have less time to make calls, but I have a new guy who's doing all the research. He's okay, but he'll do it whenever. Like he's already caught up, and if I say like today, if I say, hey, research this one more, I need to call these people. He'll be on it tomorrow. Like he'll get it done. So I have him helping me a ton, and so I can just make calls. And I could eventually, if I wanted to hire someone, there is people that are hiring Filipinos or virtual assistants to do these calls. But I don't want to do that yet. I want to keep doing this. I need to, but maybe later on. But yeah, I'll have time. I'll have time to
Yeah.
make calls. I'm not. I think it's a good thing going back to work because I will be. It's
Well,
like
no,
last
I
year, man.
think, not to cut you off, but I think
No, go ahead.
certain people are self motivated or self starters, and that
Hmm.
doesn't make one better than the other. It's just a personality thing. Like when I was hearing you as you're telling me all this stuff, I'm hearing that's not me. That's not me. It's just I've got things that are me that you're not. That you'd be
Hmm.
saying the same thing. You'd be saying to yourself, "That's not me. That's not me. That's not me."
Yeah, exactly.
I think that knowing yourself is super important. Meaning,
Hmm.
you're not going to quit. All right, you're going to go back to work. That psychological thing of having the crutch there for you, it will be a good thing. It'll give you some time to kind of reorganize. But just as quickly as you're getting organized and getting caught up, you got to use that as your jump off to still say, well, I'm going to make the time to make the extra calls to get there faster
Hmm.
because you don't want to be back at the W-2, not unless that's what you really want to do. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? In order to get
It's not.
the deals closed, because this is a marketing business.
Hmm.
You were talking about helping people, right? And as well as I know that some of our best deals have always been the deals in which there was a motive to sell because these individuals needed someone to assist them with the process. And we were compensated for that justly because of the expertise that we brought in the business. So now you're not going to be able to help people just as yet because you got to help yourself first.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? You got to
Yeah.
take care of you. You got to feed your family. You
Yeah.
got to feed yourself. You got to
Hmm.
make sure you've got. But don't use it as too long of a crutch because it's so easy to be not complacent but comfy. The same way you were
Yeah.
comfy when you had the money
Yep.
there that you could
Hmm.
use that you shouldn't have been using. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So
exactly.
now you have to rebuild up that nest egg.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of like I used to always say it all the time. I had the golden handcuffs because like you don't. It's so easy to go back. I mean, I got a job and first job I applied for, and the job I wanted to get, I got it immediately. The interview process is just it's so easy to get a job as a travel nurse or just in general when you start.
Really, is
It's
it?
just well, I mean, I have a lot of experience. I mean, I have like travel experience. So my resume looks pretty good. So and I
Yeah.
worked there before, and I had people telling me, "Oh, they're not taking contracts there anymore." But I found an actual direct agency that does do contracts there, and they had some openings, and I got the job like boom. And I'm making a
Exactly.
little bit more money, not a lot more, but a little bit more. But yeah, I know what you're saying as far as being comfy though. But yeah, I think the job actually is motivating for me because when I go back to work, I'm going to be tired a lot. I'm going to be
Yeah.
I mean, I have my kids 3 days and I work 3 days. So I don't really get any time. And it's night. I work nights and I drive an hour and 10 minutes to get to work each way. So there's not a
Well,
lot of time.
maybe,
I'm going to be tired.
maybe, maybe there's a way to make that drive time useful.
That is what I was thinking, actually. What I was going to do, I'm glad you mentioned that, is what I was going to do is do research at, is to get me a setup of calls I'm going to make that day. I'm going to make, and while I'm
Bingo.
going home, I can make calls. The only thing is I'm leaving. I got to make sure when I'm calling them is I'm leaving work around 7:30, so I can't call them. I'm not calling them by 7:30 in the morning. I'm going to have to
You
wait a
got
little
to
bit.
figure out a way
I can get home and start
for,
calling them.
yeah, for you
Or
to,
calling going to work. So I'm going to work at 6. There you
right.
go.
So you
That's a good
need to
idea.
figure out how can you make that without killing yourself driving the road.
Exactly. That's the whole thing. I
Well,
thought
you
the
got to
same
figure
thing.
that. I can't figure that out for you, but I'm telling you that if you've got that hour, that should be your slap on the wrist of you're gonna have to suck it up for a little bit and make the most of that time, even if it's 5 hours a week that you've got. Or is that
Exactly.
10? Is that 10 hours round trip
10 hour. It's an hour
for
and
the
10
week?
minutes each way. Oh, so 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, it's almost 10 hours. Yeah, it's
So
but they
think
pay.
about it
But
from that
yeah,
perspective.
yeah,
Think about it from that perspective. If you can dedicate the drive times to and from, technically, you really would not have sacrificed the business because you're just using the time a little bit smarter. Meaning,
true.
you're still making your phone calls after, but now if you made them, and obviously you can't do it every day, but if you could do it 2 or 3 days a week,
That's
you're
what
gonna
I'm
make.
doing now. 3 days a week. Yeah.
It's good. It might be a good thing. I think you need to be.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
You need to get back to the basics of it as much as you don't want to. It's like going to the gym
Mm,
for the first time in a long
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, first week sucks.
And even making the calls in this kind of model is not. You don't have to make a ton of calls. You just got
That's
to
what I'm
make the
saying.
right calls. You make the right calls. So I didn't make. I've been working, 4 or 5 hours a day, and I made. I've made calls, but you get a hold of the right individual. Um, you get that fact pattern with the family, and then you figure out, oh, this isn't the right person I should have called, even though they're their son. You have to do more research. So
You gotta give Chat
this,
GBT your schedule and say, I need these calls itemized in chronological
yeah.
order and go out and work on it.
That's it. That's a good list. I mean, that I'm glad you brought that up for people that are listening that have that have full time jobs. I know a lot of guys I used to listen to on podcasts. They were like, on my lunch break, I'm making calls. I almost lost my job because I'm so
Yeah,
involved in the
I heard that
business.
how many times?
Yeah, I know. And so if you really want it, you will get it. In last year when I went back to work, so I started the land business in 2024 August, and I went back to work that next April, and I had created a process. I already had a deal that one good deal locked up, and then I had my systems and processes already going, and I just added one more virtual assistant. When I went back to work, which is kind of crazy, when I went back to work, my business, that's when it really was blowing up and doing good. I say blowing up, but it was doing way better than when I was off of work. Because even back then, I was procrastinating a lot too. Um, so I think going to work does push me to do more because
Yeah,
now I have a set time that I have to do it. Plus, going to work, I'm just like, I'm good if I'm there for like a few weeks. I'm okay, it's fine. But after that, I'm like, I'm done with this job. I'm like, I'm so over it. So I think
yeah.
that pushes me to want to get out um,
You gotta
ASAP.
trim
I
the
just need
fat.
one deal. Yep. What's that? Yeah, trim the fat. Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
And as you're hearing this, even for myself, I'm thinking, and I already started, I was gonna mention it towards the middle, towards the end, trimming the fat. Like I'm now using Pat Live for answering all my phone calls.
Oh,
And
cool. That's awesome.
I told my VA that at this point I gotta cut the expense and it's cut it in half.
Oh,
So
so you cut her out, and now you had just Pat Live.
yeah,
Got you. Okay. And
so there's
that's a little bit. That's pretty affordable. Isn't it? Like $50. How much is that for that?
No, well, they've got a couple packages. Like the starter package is a little over 200. It's like 246 and 800 for the month, and depending on the minutes. But
Oh,
the
okay.
amount of incoming calls I get in, the biggest thing that I use them for is the fact that they're picking up 24/7, 7 days a week.
Yes, exactly.
So there's
Yep.
no more automated, or there's no return call. They're getting a live person, and I'm getting
Yes.
the general, which is that reference code on that mail, which is what I need,
Yeah.
so I can call.
That is. That's a little bit quick. But how much are you paying your VA? How many hours was she getting?
No, she was doing 30 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I was stressing myself out trying to find different tasks for her
Got you.
to
Yeah, yeah,
justify
yeah.
paying her, because ideally there was days in which there was like maybe 2 hours of phone calls,
Yeah.
but she was getting
That
paid for the full 6 hours.
got you. And so so it almost like a metaphor. It almost makes me think of um putting all your bills on auto pay. Um, like you don't have to. So because I remember I'm so silly, dude. 2000 when I was a nurse in 2000, like when I was married back in 2017, 18. I would have all my bills in my notes, and I would be going and paying all my bills. I handled all the bills. I would be. I'm like later on, it took me a long time to figure out like just put everything on auto pay, like literally everything. It comes out of your credit card. You ain't got to worry about thinking about paying your bill, paying your gas bill, your water bill, or
Yeah, yeah,
your,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you're not having to think about. Let me find something to do. You have one set fee you pay, and then they just answer the phone all the time for you.
All that.
Super
Then I get
simple.
the
Yeah.
report. I know who to call. I have all the information, so I'm not stuck wondering who it is.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
It's only the first
That's
week,
what
but
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking the other day. I was talking to someone. I was saying if you can eliminate, if you can free up some of your brain real estate. So like, if you can eliminate what you don't have to think about and add more of that brain real estate for your business, or like things that are money generating
that's
activities,
all it comes down
like
to.
man, and it took me forever. Like I ain't got to think about what I'm gonna cook tonight. I have these pre-made meals. I don't want to think about a lot of stuff. I just want to think about like going to work's easy for me. I can go to work. I could have like tried to train into a different like ICU if I wanted to do what I really want to do, but like I'm just gonna go back to what I used to do. It's super simple. I ain't got to think about it. Go to work, come home. All my attention is on the real estate. If I can make that even more not automated, but more simple, and I don't have to think about certain things, like I don't got to think about the research part. I just text this
What
guy,
else do you think
look
you're going
this
to
up
do
for me.
differently, though, in order to pull yourself back out again, for out of retirement, out of a W-2? Like,
What am I gonna do differently? I think really it's me getting some momentum, and me getting momentum is just me doing the reps and just getting my process. Like the more reps I do, you end up getting a process. So automatically you get a process, and so you're more efficient. I can get through more deals quicker. Which means I can talk to more individuals that I need to talk to that are. I can be super efficient on who I'm talking to because I know who to talk to, and I know that I'm talking to a property that has problems has value instead of like talking to a bunch of people when I don't really know which like the property might have some value, but like anyways, I think differently really is going to be differently than what I'm doing now, or you mean to get myself out of the W-2?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, what do you think you'll wind up wanting to do more of, and omit even, while going back into the W-2 lifestyle workforce?
Like, what am I going to omit on? What I'm going to do to get out of W-2 again is going to
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, just getting a juicy deal. And every deal that I look at, they have to be juicy for all the work you're going to do. It's just getting that one. If I made $50,000 on a deal, I could take the wonderful thing about my job is I only work 13-week contracts. If I want to extend it, 90% of the time they say, yeah, please stay. You can go again 13 weeks. But I could just be like, all right, I just got a deal for 50K. I'm going to take off work again. And then I'll call you guys, or I might come back here if I want to, or go somewhere else. So as a benefit I have is I don't have to. I'm not quitting. I'm just like taking a break and just
Yeah,
working on my business. And
restructuring.
yeah, and another thing too is like I think a lot of us entrepreneurs we think we need to get to where we're supposed to go in our heads super fast. Like it's like this is a race. I need to hurry up and get there. But
Right.
like
I need to get to that finish
it
line.
takes yeah, it takes time. I always just think about this. If you can just think about yourself, and everybody will say this, I've listened to other entrepreneurs listen. I look at my own life. If I could look at myself 5 years ago, I'm just like, man, I was just researching the wholesaling. Like I was working as a nurse and I was literally like, what is wholesale? I was listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
I was doing too much analyzation. And now I look at me, I'm like, man, I haven't been like these other guys that you can compare yourself to that may or may not be doing what they say they're doing. But I'm not making I'm not making $100,000 a year, but I've done 9 deals and I've made some money. Hey, and I've done a different stuff too, trying to find out what you're going to do. But I mean, even you could probably look back 5 years and be like, not even your, we like as men like to look at our, at our business where we were 5 years ago in where we have gone in business or our career. We're always basing our career, but I mean, family is a big thing too.
Right.
Uh, but for this context, but I mean, you probably got, I mean, you've gone a long ways in 5 years, right? And
Yeah.
that's what it is, right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's been you and I have been more or less the same time.
You 2022. You were getting into or
Let's
into wholesaling.
see. No, well, hold on, let me think. It was right before COVID.
Oh, wow. Okay, so mine was right. Mine was like
Was it
in
before COVID?
COVID.
Let me think. I got to think back. Yeah, before COVID.
Before COVID.
That seems like forever ago. That's why I'm like, when
Yeah,
was
it
that?
does. I'm saying that was 5 years ago, and so it's
Was it
like,
5 years?
yeah, this is 2025.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
COVID is 2020.
My
Yeah,
daughter, who is close to me, like your daughter, she's born
your daughter was
for
born in 2021. My daughter was born in 2021.
pretty sure.
Yeah, 2021. I mean, if your daughter's 4 now, right?
Yeah,
Just turned 4. Yeah, my daughter will be 4 in a couple of weeks.
yeah,
But um, I I just think that we don't realize that like in 5 years you're gonna be somewhere. And you just it's those little things you do, little things. Even if hey, don't get down on yourself. I'm not gonna get down on myself for what I didn't do.
yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna keep moving forward. Make a change. You
yeah,
don't
yeah.
like it, change your pattern. Do something different. But if I keep doing something, then in 5 years from now, man, I'm telling you, bro, I am in I am in what I'm doing now, and I'm not leaving what I'm doing. But I've done wholesaling the houses. I flipped a home. I was going to flip a house. That was a bad idea. I mean, I made money, but I didn't. I hated it. And then I did land last year, but like now I found what I want to do, and I like it, and I know there's a
Yeah.
lot of. So it's like, but even then, you still in 5 years you're going to be so far. Just
Yeah,
keep
you just
doing
gotta
what you're
keep at it.
doing.
You gotta keep
Just
sharpening those
keep going,
tools
dude.
and
Yes.
not acquiring new tools. Master the
Yeah.
basic tools.
Yeah, and don't and if you can as much as possible. I thought this. I was talking to my little brother. He's 22. He's an entrepreneur, and he buys and sells cars, like little on the side. Like he has his own little shop and stuff. But he's made some big mistakes here recently. I'm like, dude. I'm like, man, that is not a mistake. That's what you learn. He's like, I lost a lot of money. I'm like, that's gonna happen. Now you pivoted to what you're doing now, which he'll buy a car at a lot for like 2,500 or 4,500, get $4,500 down, and then he'll sell or finance it. I'm like, that's keep doing that. Just keep doing that. Anyways, but um, uh, is uh, is you're gonna have mistakes, you're gonna have failures, but yeah, keep going. Yeah, don't. I was telling the day like, don't acquire more debt if you can, unless
No.
you. I guess I like buying a house. I have a house, but I mean, like I have an old truck. I'm like, I'm just gonna keep as long as I can, and just don't. Yeah, try to get your debt as try to live on less than you need if you can, if it's possible. That's the book I'm reading right now, The Richest Man in Babylon, which is kind of a weird. Have you read that yet? Have you read that before?
Long time ago. Long
Yeah, it's
time
got
ago.
a weird the way it's a weird story. It's like a fiction story, but it has
A lot
base.
of
It was written like
parables.
19. Yeah, it's like how to become wealthy, but it's a fictional story in Babylon at the same time, but they're teaching you principles in the book. It's a real thin book. It's a little different. I mean, it's like not my favorite, but I've getting some stuff from it. But it says a lot of that stuff. And it was written in 1920s, and
Yeah,
all
early
that stuff
nineteen.
like Think and Grow Rich and all that stuff. All that stuff has principles and stuff that are really golden principles that you should be living that are applicable today. Like
Yeah.
get your money to work for you, live below your means, don't go buy a bunch of stuff. Um, yeah, so take care
Well,
of your family, whatever. But
the whole point of today's dissertation is do what you're supposed to
dissertation,
do in the beginning so that you
yes,
don't have to pivot. Take
exactly.
massive action.
There you go,
Have
massive action.
accountability groups, coaches, friends, whatever it is that keep you in
Mm-hmm.
line.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you're supposed to do from the beginning. Know your
Yes.
why. And at the
Yes.
end of
Yes.
the
Yes.
day, pray to God, I hate to say, that things work out the way they do and just have patience because otherwise it's not going to come without hard work, even on the hustle.
Yep. And have faith.
Yeah.
You got to have faith that's going to work and believe that's going to work. Because if you have any doubt that it's not going to work, I hate to say, but you're gonna, it's not gonna work. But just I bet I want that too. You just got to keep saying it's gonna work. I have faith. Other people are doing it. There's proof. So they're not any smarter than me. I mean, I have resources. Like, why can't I do it? You know what I mean? So, and don't think you got to know everything all in one time. You got to get something done tomorrow. It takes time. You'll figure it out one day at a time. So, alrighty, man, it was a good one talking about the W-2. So anything else you want to add there, brother?
Yeah, I'm going to watch some
You
tennis.
good? Oh, some tennis? Okay. I used to love watching the what's the one in England? The is it the dirt
Wimbledon?
one? Oh, the way I love watching that. Yeah, I watched it. I haven't watched it in a while, but one season I watched and I was just like enthralled by watching that. I love tennis.
Yeah, they got the Grand Slam. So this is
I haven't
the
seen that. Okay.
quarterfinals in New York. They call it the
Oh,
US.
okay. Oh, okay, cool. All right, well, check me out, guys. Here's my handle. Check me out at Jesse Davis or on Instagram at Jesse Davis REI. Check me out on Facebook, Jesse Scott Davis. You can send me a message there if you like. Check us out at our website, thegoldenticketpodcast.com. We have a forum there if you want to JV with us or if you have some questions about a deal that you got going. There's a forum there. Also, if you want to be a guest on our show, there's a forum there as well.
I'm your co-host, Jason Carroll, the therapy guy, the guy that kind of lurks
Therapy
behind,
guy.
just trying to helping people out,
Yeah.
putting swift kicks behind people's butts to make sure they do what they got to do. And
There you
just
go.
trying to
That
give
New
some love.
York. Forget about it.
Get about
That
it.
Get that New York attitude. Get in here. Get it done, boy.
Get it done. I love you, brother.
All right, brother. Love you too, man. Have a good day.
Have a good one.
Peace out.
Peace out.